But all the talk at the moment is of Mahendra Singh Dhoni's incredible double century. Is this one of the greatest ever by an Indian in Test cricket? Let's turn to our next talking point. Joining me now, Anil Kumble, former Indian Test captain, joins me live from Bangalore. Also, Krishnamachari Shrikant, former chief selector. I have to come to you, Chika, first, because a month ago you were calling for Dhoni's head on this program, saying it was time to rest Dhoni at least from captaincy. Do you now say, Mia Kalpa, that you admit that Mahendra Singh Dhoni is a terrific player and the last person you should be thinking of dropping?
I don't think we ever spoke about dropping Dhoni from the Test team at all. I think it's a misconception, Rajdeep. I think we are confusing two issues. We're talking about captain. I knew you were coming to that. I knew you were going to bowl that to me straight away today. And I think we're confusing two issues. You can go through the recordings.
Right.
We were talking about a captaincy issue that time. Probably that time a little bit of a captaincy issue. But coming back to this particular knock, I think it's one of the best knocks I've ever seen. I mean, it's very difficult to say whether rated the best knock ever. But I think it's one of the best knocks I've seen considering the situation, the wicket conditions. I mean, imagine at that stage 196 for 4. If he had got it early, things would have been in trouble. So I think his 150 runs partnership, the final analysis, is a very crucial factor with Bhuvanesh Kumar.
Anil Kumble, where you've seen Mahendra Singh Dhoni evolve, would you say, and you've seen a lot of Test cricket over the last 20 years, how do you rate this innings? Do you believe this was particularly special and only a Dhoni-like player could have played such an inning on a wicket like that?
Yeah, it was certainly a very special knock by Dhoni, considering the situation that India was in. Trailing 380 on a pitch like that, it needed a special knock, and he came out really aggressive with a very good intent, and went after the bowlers. He took apart the spinner. He certainly waited for him to come on, and then just literally took him on. It was a very special knock. I mean, you certainly have to rate this knock as one of the best. But I mean, there have been a few knocks in the last 20 years that I've been a part of, which you certainly rate higher than this.
Which would those be? For you, which has been the best innings that you have seen by an Indian batsman in the last 20 years? If I were to ask you to rate your top 3,
no, I haven't. No, it was difficult to rate, but I was not a part of that Test match. But certainly Lakshman's double 100. There was a series at stake. India was following on. I've lost the first Test, second Test almost gone, and then here comes somebody like Lakshman along with Rahul, stitching together a partnership which India won the Test match and then went on to win the series.
What?
And then the other knock. The other knock that I can certainly think of was at Chennai when Sachin in the second inning against Australia, where India was trailing, and then we had to set a score to win the Test match and the series. Sachin goes there and then gets a fantastic 100. So this is also one amongst that, but a fantastic knock nonetheless.
Let me ask both of you this, and Krish, you take this first. What is it about Dhoni's batting that stands out? Because here is a batsman who struggles outside India. He goes outside India and he's got an average in the early 20s. In India, over 40. Is it that simply Mahendra Singh Dhoni's technique doesn't allow him to succeed abroad, but in Indian conditions, particularly if the attack is tiring, he's a master?
I tell you what, Rajdeep, I think yes, a lot of Indian cricketers are fantastic in Indian conditions. I mean, we'll have to accept the fact. Right from yesteryears to even today, a lot of cricketers, only those fantastic cricketers, world-class cricketers like Sachin Tendulkar or Rahul Dravid or Lakshman have really succeeded outside India, of course, apart from Sunil Gavaskar, Gundappa Vishwanath, the likes of those in the past. So, I think, yes, the wickets, when there's less bounce, less movement, I think some of us are deadly here. And what I liked about this particular knock here is, I mean, you'll have to one thing, give credit to Dhoni in this particular knock is this. In the sense that, he really paced himself, played very intelligent cricket. I mean, he went after Moses Henriques and then off the off-spinner line. But against Pattinson, he knew what to do. He just had to defend. So I think he played very intelligent cricket. Yes, Indian conditions suit him better than international conditions.
There's a method in his madness in a sense. Anil Kumble, what for you sets apart Dhoni as a batsman? Virender Sehwag, another destroyer in his own of his own kind. But what is it about Mahendra Singh Dhoni's batting, Anil, that makes him so special that he can play for such a long time and yet score so fast? I mean, 243 balls, double century, doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't happen every day. It can only happen to someone like Dhoni. I mean, the way he bats, He's very unorthodox, but he still looks very assured, at the crease. Like Chika mentioned, he was very selective in the way he batted. He didn't take on Patterson until, this morning, when he had to go after the bowling. He knew that, India already had 150 runs.
Right.
So he just went after Patterson. So he took care of Patterson. He didn't go after him, and then, waited for Lyon to come on and then take him on. So he was very selective in the way he went after the bowling. And of course, Bhuvanesh Kumar gave him fantastic support. And then he gave him the confidence. So it was very well, stitched.
To both of you, and Anil, you first, has anyone hit a cricket ball harder, any Indian cricketer you know of hit a cricket ball harder than Dhoni?
No, not that I know of, but yeah, I mean, he can certainly hit the ball, and whenever he looks to clear the ropes, he does clear it with ease. And that's the advantage that he has, and he knows that if he steps out,
right.
Whenever he stepped out to Nathan Lyon,
right,
it went for a 6. I mean, he never looked to just block it.
Chris Srikanth, you saw Kapil Dev at his best. Does Dhoni hit a cricket ball even harder than Kapil Dev or any other Indian cricketer you've seen?
I think you said it right. You took the words out of my mouth, Rajdeep. I tell you what, Kapil Dev, the same Kapil Dev with the bats of today, man, he was as dangerous or probably more dangerous than Dhoni. It's very difficult to compare eras. I mean,
right.
Let's be very honest with you.
Right.
So I think we'll have to give it to Kapil Dev. He was a different era, and Dhoni is a different era. And the other guy who can get runs at 100 less than run a ball is only Virendra Sehwag. He's got it twice.
Right.
He's got 2 100 less than 300 balls. So I think that makes them special. People like Dhoni or Sehwag or Kapil Dev,
right.
When he gets the runs fast and put pressure on the opposition bowlers and put your team in a winning position, and that's what happens when you score runs fast.
Okay.
Viv Richards used to do it for West Indies.
Okay, fair enough. And Chris Srikanth, you had your moments as well when you were able to hit a cricket ball hard. And Anil Kumble, I'm sure looking at that Chennai pitch, you wouldn't mind coming out of retirement and taking a few wickets, right, Anil?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
absolutely.
Looks something that you can take along.
Sure. I have no doubt that you would have done very well in Chennai. But on that note, Anil Kumble, Chris Srikanth, pleasure as always to talk to you on that Dhoni phenomenal innings.